Well, let's sweeten up this Tuesday morning if we haven't done so already for you. We're very, very happy to have with us Mr. Peter de Villiers in studio to tell us about the exciting range of de Villiers Artisan chocolates, deeply rooted in Africa. And you can see right in front of us here, just spread across the table, all kinds of deliciousness. Peter, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So I understand that you used to work in the process control industry. And
Yes.
then you decided to make your way into chocolate making that you told me earlier on started first as a hobby and now is a fully fledged business. Take me through that path.
It actually happened as an accident, but
Most great things happen by accident, right?
excuse me. But essentially, what happened was process control industry is a highly automated industry. So our business was going into large-scale factories, such as breweries, big food factories, and automating all processes. And I spent 25 years in it, and living in the Western Cape, on weekends we often visited farmers markets, and went to wineries, and I really built up a lot of respect for people that made things by hand, especially on a small scale, coming from that environment that's highly automated. So I started playing in my garage with trying to develop various things. I did bread, and I made a batch of wine one year, and that led to chocolate.
A very multi-purpose garage that you have.
It was. And then we, after the whole chocolate, started as a hobby, very small, and then we sort of got interest from wineries in the area and various other things. And then your level of entry into the chocolate industry is fairly high, especially in those days. Chocolate is made in batches of a half a ton to a ton and more. And to be able to find machines and equipment to make small-scale batch chocolate was very difficult. So having that background coming from the process industry, I started reading up a lot about the chocolate industry, and I then ended up walking around rubbish dumps and scrap heaps, and I found old washing machines and old ovens and various things like that, and we used that as the basis to build a complete chocolate factory in our little garage in Hermanus.
So
we would bring in the cocoa beans, roast them in there, and then produce chocolate. And our first supply into Woolworths, this was 6 years ago, came out of a garage made out of refurbished home appliances.
I mean, if that is not a rags to riches story of, at least from an entrepreneurial point of view, I don't know what is. So then, how did that link between you and Woolworths come about?
Yeah, that was in those days when we started off making the product. One of our main objectives was, first of all, sustainable sourcing. As being able to actually establish where the cocoa beans come from and ensure that they are sustainably sourced. And then the other thing that we felt strongly about is that most commercial chocolates got so much junk added into it that we would make chocolate with high quality ingredients and stay away from hydrogenated vegetable fats and glutens and everything else like that. So, and that the values that we started off with is much aligned with Woolworths' values. Woolworths got very similar values. So we started a journey with Woolworths where, very small, still in our garage in the early days, and we started off supplying 20 stores. And this was 5 years ago. We were in 20, and now we're in 200 stores, and we're still exclusive to Woolworths.
That's incredible. I mean, looking at the packaging, clearly there's a wide range. It's so beautiful. I think I'd be staring at the package most of the time before getting to eat it. But tell me about what's available in your range and some of your favorites.
Yeah, being in South Africa is very difficult to focus. And being in the market where we are, I'm also a person that I really enjoy creating new things. And being a commercial chocolate maker, they would typically have one range, and that will be their range. So we've got more than 5 different ranges at the moment. We go from single origin chocolate, very similar to wine, where your cocoa bean is sourced from different regions of the world, and that reflects the soil and the climate. So your flavors are very different. Very specialized niche product. Then we have an organic range. Then we have a range we call our African collection, which is sourced from a small group of cocoa farmers in Uganda, in the Bundabuju area. We're also in the process of funding them to become organic and what we call UTS, which is sustainable sourcing at the moment. So they are our partners in Uganda, and we've been working with them now for in excess of 2 years. And then we got our latest range now is actually by accident also become very successful. Is we wanted to create a range of milk chocolates. But most of your milk chocolates on the market has glutens and hydrogenated vegetable fats and soya and everything else like that. So what we wanted to do is most people on a health kick don't necessarily enjoy dark chocolate. So we established our milk chocolate range, which is still, we're trying to do portion control. It's got no hydrogenated vegetable fats, no soya, GMO-free. So we call it a clean label milk chocolate range. And that's the ones over there.
The proof of the chocolate is in the tasting. Which one would you suggest I taste?
I think the most popular one at the moment is the sea salt and caramel.
Where's that? Where's that?
That's the one over there, yeah.
Hold on, where's is that?
That's when, take the bar there, that's on the...
Over here?
No,
there it is, I see it.
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
okay, sorry.
You can have that one.
I need to.
So are you into sweet chocolate or dark chocolate?
I'm either way, it just depends. Good chocolate is good chocolate. Oh, this is already looking good, the kind of... Oh, okay, let's get a piece here. That's good.
Thank you.
That's really good. Was this by accident as well?
I think these days, you know, anything that you add caramel and salt to is a good seller. And that was also just the intent initially is one of our chocolate factories is on a farm called Spice Street, and there's a brewery on the farm. And typically, you get the ladies they come and visit us to taste chocolate, and the guys always used to pass by us because we only had dark.
Listen.
And then we created that one to attract more of the guys to come and taste the chocolate.
That's really good. Well done. Well done, Peter. So, listen, next time your sweet tooth hits, go to your nearest Woolies and get your hands on some De Villiers Artisan chocolates. Remember, by buying Oat-certified cocoa, you're also supporting sustainable cocoa farming and showing respect for people and for the planet. Thank you very much, Peter. This is delightful.
Thanks for having me.
Breakfast is served.